8:02 on your Tuesday morning. Welcome back to the KIX 96.5 morning show. We love featuring indie artists on the show. And this morning, we're heading to Boise, Idaho to chat with country singer-songwriter Andrew Chappell. Andrew's self-produced debut album, Loneliness and Whiskey, came out in 2020. And he's back with a brand new single called Quittin Time. We're excited to have Andrew on the show. First, Andrew, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks for having me on the show.
Well, from Dallas to Boise, Idaho, how long have you been in Boise, and how'd you get there?
Well, I drove. I've been in Boise for about 12 or 13 years, 12 years. And I was sitting on my front porch in Dallas in May. It was 10 o'clock at night. It was pitch black, dead still, and I'm pouring sweat. And I said, "This sucks," and walked in and told my wife we were moving.
And that was it. But why Boise, though? I mean, I lived in Boise for a couple of years. The weather is nice.
My folks moved up here about probably 10 years prior to that.
Okay.
And my daddy just sat here bragging about the weather and mountains and shade that works. And, you can get dry when you get out of the shower. It was this heavenly image that he kept portraying, and so we decided this sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it was too tempting not to pass it up. But, yeah, Boise's pretty nice. It's grown by leaps and bounds, I think, since I've been there. But
every day.
Yeah, you guys are getting invaded, too. You started playing drums in the church choir. Well, why'd you change the guitar?
It's hard to accompany yourself singing on the drums when you're alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so did you always know you wanted to be a frontman then?
No, I had no idea. It's one of those things that just kind of evolved since I was a kid. Music was always around, always a thing. I didn't realize that it wasn't normal to always have music playing at all times in the house, in the car, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of evolved that way, and started writing songs and liked singing my songs, and so it seemed to be the best way to do it.
Yeah. Well, somebody posted, it was one of the venues you went to, it said, Andrew Chappell, the second L is silent. Is this an inside joke, or what is this?
Usually when I introduce myself, people that don't know me, say, my name's Andrew Chappell.
Oh, Andrew Chappell.
Chappell, yeah. I don't believe my hillbilly ancestors carried on the tradition of the traditional pronunciation. But I'll say, here's how you spell my name. The first P and the second L is silent.
Well, there you go. Exactly. So that's why it is Chappell. Okay.
That's why.
Hilarious. The first P and second L are silent. Well, there you go. Well, you've been playing a lot of gigs. The last 2 months, you've done 12 gigs each month.
Yeah, it's, really staying busy. I've been blessed over the last year to make a living playing music. And there's no other job in the world I can think of that I'd rather do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stay as busy as I can.
Well, the debut album comes out in 2020. I mean, that was about the worst time possible to come out with your debut album.
Yeah, well, so I wrote that whole record in October of 2019 and started recording it at the house and putting it all together, mixing it, and then all that COVID stuff hit. And, they just told us it was going to be a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I went ahead and released it and then didn't get the chance to support it or play it out for a long time.
Well, is that, because Mr. Radio came out in October of 2021, and then Quittin Time's out now. I mean, was the lull because everything shut down because you were like, why do I continue to do music or what?
I think the lull is because I'm easily distracted. Once we got everything, back opened up and I was able to put together this band to start playing out, all my time got dedicated to rehearsing the band, getting gigs, going out and playing them and all that kind of stuff. And so I didn't have the available free time to sit and record a bunch of music like I did with that first album. So now I'm just kind of working my way through it. And got an EP hopefully coming out late fall. It's going to have a bunch of other stuff on it too.
Oh, okay. So you've still been writing though, just not recording as much.
Yep. Yeah, I think I do it all wrong. I write songs and then I teach it to the band and we go play and then think about recording it later.
Well, yeah, because Quittin Time, there's a video on your YouTube page where you guys performed this thing quite a while ago.
Yeah, we played it at the rodeo in Cascade last year.
Yeah, so
it's been around for a little while.
I guess that's good, though. You can test it out and see which songs work before you go record them.
Oh, yeah. Well, and it's fun, man. You always get excited about that new song, and then as the song evolves, things change a little bit here and there, and you can really work through them that way.
Yeah. Well, go check him out. Andrew C. Chappell. It's CHAPPELL.com. There's a lot of other Andrew Chappells out there, which is kind of funny when you look up your name. There's like a bodybuilder guy. There's a doctor. There's all kinds of stuff. A guy in the Minnesota Orchestra. There's a lot of Andrew Chappells out there.
They're all a far stretch from who I am, for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot different than the guy we're talking to. So go check him out. He's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The new single, Quittin Time, is out now. Well, you bounce back and forth between bands and solo gigs. Which one do you like more?
I like them all. I think I have the most fun at the band gigs because, the interaction and people tend to get up and dance a whole lot more when you got drums pounding behind you. But, man, I love the intimacy of those solo shows, too. You get to do stuff that you don't necessarily get to do in a band setting.
Yeah, and it's all on you.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about anything either.
Well, yeah, you don't have to worry about other guys showing up or the drama.
Or showing up, right? Yeah. Now I've got a pretty good group of guys. I don't have to deal with too much of that stuff.
Well, that's good. The Bitterroot Revival. I mean, were these guys a band already, or where'd you come up with that?
We were just coming up spitballing names, and for me, the whole concept of almost a revival of my musical aspirations and career after a long hiatus kind of made sense. And then, the whole Bitterroot thing. We're close to the Bitterroot Mountains, but that speaks more to like an emotional kind of thing that was going on with me at the time. So it ended up rolling off the tongue. It's a long name, but it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. It's a cool name. I like the ACBR logo that you guys have done.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, that's sweet. If you go check him out, he's got some beer koozies and other stuff with it on there. The Bitterroot Revival. Well, you mentioned your pause. I was going to talk about that. What was it? COVID that got you back, or why 2019? Why did the music start stirring again?
I don't know what started that. I took a long time off. I fell in love with this girl and married her and started having kids and figured that probably wasn't a good lifestyle for me to be having with children. And then they got growed up, and I started getting this kind of stirring in me to get back to the thing that I love doing the most. And so it all culminated right there in the fall of 2019. I started spitting out a bunch of songs, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah. And you have. He's been busting it ever since. Well, you mentioned your kids. You have 3 girls.
Yes.
That's a lot.
3 beautiful daughters.
That's a lot of females running around the house.
Yeah. That's a lot of emotion in one house.
That is a lot of emotion.
House.
Yes.
And then combine that with a songwriter in the house. Lord, that could be an explosive thing.
Yeah. We had Dave Nudo on the show a month or so back. He's not too far from you, and you guys play some gigs together.
Yeah. No, Dave's a great guy. Yeah, y'all did his song Lonesome, I think.
Yeah.
When he was on the show last. That's such a great song.
Oh, it's a great song. Do you guys compare beards, or do we have a beard off, or?
Yeah, we talk about it. We talk about each other's beards a lot.
Because I couldn't find. I mean, how long have you been growing yours, Andrew? Because there was not a picture at all without you with a beard.
I think I've had this thing going probably about 10 years, maybe 11 years. It just started growing, and I got too lazy to do anything with it. And after a while, I was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, it looks good. I might as well keep it. Now, what do we do with that thing? Because if you go check him out, this beard is its own beast. Do we have to condition it? Do we have to use like that beard grease or anything?
Oh yeah, I'll put some oil in it just to keep it tame, keep it from frizzing out too bad. But I'm not endorsing anybody, but I like that Pantene moisturizing conditioner. That works out pretty good.
There you go, guys. The inside tip for your beard. And then you're a country artist. You got this monster beard, and then you've got a nose ring.
Yeah, I just figured I'd like the way it looked. I do.
It fits the part. You look good with it. So go check him out. Andrew C. Chappell at CHAPPELL.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram. He's even got a TikTok. You can go check him out. Quittin Time is his latest single. Well, not being, we're not 25 anymore. Does it make it easier to be an indie artist? Are we enjoying this? Do we, enjoy it more because the pressure's not really on?
Man, I think it does. It is. Music has shifted so much in the last 20 years, and the business itself, just with all the tools available to us, on the internet, YouTube and Spotify, and the ability to distribute your own music without having to go through the gatekeepers to do so, makes it so much easier. You're not chasing around information trying to figure stuff out as much. So, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it more than I ever thought I would.
Which is good.
Yep.
Not a lot of stress. What's the Buffalo Club? Where's this at in Boise?
It's down on Fairview. It's right next to the Harbor Freight. That is probably the best country bar I've been to, and they've got dancing. They've got a big dance floor. They've got a bunch of bars, and they bring in local bands. Actually, they bring in some national bands, too, to play, and it's just a hoot every time we go in there.
Yeah, because you're playing a solo show there on August 1st, but I see Dave's played there, too. I mean, how's the scene? The scene must be thriving in Boise.
Man, it's one of those hidden things. Not a lot of people know about it, about the music scene in Boise. But, yeah, there's tons of musicians around, and everybody's staying really busy, and lots of good music, lots of good songwriting happening in town.
Yeah, and you're playing around. Do you get out of Idaho, or are most of the gigs in Idaho?
Right now, I'm just pretty much in Idaho. I did a couple shows in Colorado at the end of June, but I'm really focusing on. This year has been focused on staying pretty local and just starting to move those concentric circles out. Next year, I'm planning on widening that region. Yeah, getting out a little bit further.
Yeah, because what's our goal? We want to keep going.
Oh yeah, this is what I want to do to retire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love writing music. I love singing, and I love playing out. I can't think anything else I'd rather do. So yeah, we'll just keep on doing that until I drop dead, I think.
Well, how was the reaction in Colorado?
Oh man, it was good. They loved it.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
You and Dave need to get together and come out here, because that's what I told him. I said, you guys would crush it out here.
Yeah, we're actually planning on seeing what we can do about doing a joint thing, probably in the spring. See if we can't run out towards the easternmost side of the country and just book ourselves the whole way across.
Yeah, for sure. It could be the Bearded Duo tour. Something. Quittin Time, your latest single. Who did the lyric video?
Eli Lev. I sent this out to him, and he did a great job. getting the footage and putting that all together.
Wow, you know Eli?
Well, I don't know him, but I found him, and he did it.
Crazy. Yeah, we know Eli. He's coming on the show. He's like on a monster tour right now.
Oh, wow.
Huh, that guy's a jack of all trades. He does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, go and check it out. The lyric video for Quittin Time is out now. The picture is you drinking whiskey. What are you drinking?
I believe that night that was some Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Ooh. Are we a Jack guy?
Yes. Well, we like Jack and Evan Williams and Crown and all that stuff. But when I get a sweet tooth, man, that Tennessee Honey's some pretty good stuff.
I don't think I've ever tried the Tennessee Honey. I have to try that out.
It's pretty good.
Well, what's coming up next, Andrew? What do you got going after Quittin Time?
I've got a song I wrote with a friend in town named Jamie called Whiskey to Burn. We'll probably be putting that one out. But I'm also going to be releasing a Britney Spears cover probably the end of August.
Toxic or what are we doing?
Oh, it's Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Wow.
That one
in country style?
Oh, man, yeah. It's cool. It's fun.
Do people just freak out when you play it live?
People lose their minds when we play that live. Yes.
I'll bet. I'm losing my mind as you say it. Huh.
Yeah, that one's fun.
That'll be something. Andrew C. Chappell. Chappell. Go and check him out. Go search for him. Go look for him online. He's at andrewcchappell.com. He's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Go to YouTube. Watch the lyric video for Quittin Time. You can see other videos he's playing live all over. I liked it when you did your backyard sessions.
Oh, yeah, that was fun, man. That was kind of me trying to figure out what am I going to do while
exactly
COVID is ravaging the world.
I just wrote all these damn songs and I can't play in front of anybody.
Yeah.
I guess I'll play in my backyard.
I started doing backyard stuff, and then a buddy of mine said, hey, come do it in my backyard. And then he invited a bunch of friends over, and that ended up turning into a few backyard concerts.
There you go. Has guitar,
cool.
Will travel.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Well, right on. Andrew Chappell. Thanks so much, Andrew, for coming on the show.
Absolutely, man. It was fun.
It's Quittin Time. It's Andrew Chappell. It's KIX 96.5.